What's up, y'all? Hey, everyone, it's Iwi Gamer bringing you some Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn gameplay. Today I am leveling my White Mage, so let's go ahead and jump into my character. And I'll probably do a couple of duty quests. Let me just jump in here real quick. So, I started playing this game back in December, and towards the end of December, right before Christmas. And my highest level character right now is a Scholar, level 45. And I don't have very great gear. I've just been playing the game, trying to do a little bit of story, trying to just get capped to level 50 as soon as possible. So let's this right here that pops up, this is my recommendation. So every day it's going to give you a certain recommendation for you based on I guess there's certain quests on here. So for instance, this is level 20 quest, this is level 29 quest. This is just a quest that I can get experience. So the system is just giving me excuse me, certain things I can do to be able to gain experience. Or certain quests that it sees that I can take advantage of. Here you have your daily roulette low level. I'll go into detail on these two in a bit. And this is a dungeon here, Brave Flock's Long Stop. I have completed. And this right here is the Titan normal mode battle. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and I'll explain that because I'm about to go into a duty here pretty quick. Duty finder is what we call it. Okay, so this is my White Mage. I'm level 34. I also have, let's see if I can go into, I'm trying to see how you can go and see what jobs you have. Okay, so here we go. I have a level 45 Arcanist, and a level 34 Conjurer, which is my White Mage. So you can play either one of those two jobs, or both healing type jobs. Actually, the Arcanist is a DPS job, but I'm actually playing the Scholar on that. So that's, yeah. Anyways, let's, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's go and check out a, excuse me, a duty finder, how that works. So you guys can see. Okay, so you saw the recommendations. You're going to go over here to Duty Finder, and this is pretty cool. So right here on Daily Roulette, you can do either the Daily Roulette for the low-level dungeons or the Daily Roulette for the Guildhest. Guildheist is basically quests that actually let you do and kind of teach you how to play the game, so to speak. So this basically like teaches you how to pull mobs, teaches you, you know, how to separate mobs from bosses, to take them out, different things like that. So basically, if you do this every day, you're gonna get a you'll get a bonus experience. You see here, it'll give you additional experience, additional gil, additional seals. Those, I believe they're seals. They are actually they will help you increase your rank with whichever grand company you're with, and they'll let you know exactly like you can buy items, you can increase your rank by turning in these seals as well, so different things like that. Okay, so that's, I'll go ahead and do the guild heist real quick. These are really easy, really simple. You'll get a lot of experience really fast. So I'm going to go ahead, what I'll do here is I'll queue myself up and I'll join this. And what this does is it randomly puts me in to a one of these with, I'll be the healer since I'm a White Mage. And there's going to be 3 other people in my party. I'm going to take the healer role. Somebody's going to take the tank role. It's either going to be a Marauder, a Warrior, a Gladiator, or a Paladin. Either one of those. Well, that's the only 4 tank classes as of right now. And then on the other end, the other 2 slots are going to be filled with DPSs. DPSs are basically damage dealers. And it's going to be, let me go back to the job list here. And DPS is going to be Pugilist, Lancer, Archer, Rogue, any of Thermitage, any of those jobs. Or a Monk, Dragoon, Bard, Ninja, or Black Mage. Either one of those are going to be DPS jobs. So the Duty Finder is going to fill out me as the healer. It's going to find a tank that's also in the Duty Finder as well, and then 2 DPSs. It's going to be any random DPS, any random healer. Healers could be either a Conjurer, could be a Scholar, or it could be a White Mage. Those are the 3 healing classes. So since there's not that many healing classes, I tend to get a party relatively quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and join this, and you'll see how fast I get this party invite. It should be pretty quick. Normally it's quicker than that, but I'll just go ahead and run around. So you can do whatever you're going to do, and as soon as this pops up for me, I'll go ahead and get a invite on my screen, and I can accept it at that point in time. So I'm just going to wait and wait and wait and see what happens. I should get an invite here relatively quickly. It doesn't normally take that long. So just gonna chill out, run around. Oh, there we go. So right here, I can go ahead and commence, and you see that's me right there with the little plus sign. There's the tank on the left, and we have 1 DPS. We're waiting for 1 more DPS, and there we go. Automatically, it launches you to where you're going. And this is considered a light party. A light party is 4 characters. A full party is 8 characters. So on and so forth. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Protect on these guys. Oh no, I have done this before. I was gonna say I don't think I've ever done this one before. So right here, our tank is this guy right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I cure him. Now I'm probably gonna be over curing quite a bit. So we're gonna be able to. I don't know. This goes relatively quickly, so I'm not really too concerned about over curing and aggro or anything like that. These events take place really fast, and as you'll see, we'll be done with this super fast. But I'm going to try to help out and do some damage here. So I get to cast Stone, even though I'm a healer, I can still cast offensive spells. Normally, I switch to a different stance, which gives me better DPS, which is just damage per second, but I'm not even worried about that right now. I just want to make sure that we kill this, and honestly, this is really super easy, and I'm not too concerned that anyone's gonna die. All I have to do is just make sure everybody stays alive. I don't even know what the point. I think the point of this is we have to defeat all the small enemies, and then there's gonna be an item that we need to lure this turtle to, so he can go to sleep. And once that's done, then that's pretty much the end of this Guildhest. We just have to get him down to a certain HP amount. Okay, so we have some enemies that appeared. Here's a fire spirit over here. I'm going to go start taking them out. And I am playing on the PlayStation 4, so you're going to see my hotbar on the bottom. Crossbar, I think they call it. The hotbar is I actually have a hotbar that really doesn't honestly do much for me. I have it in there to show my abilities and when the recast is happening. Okay, so we lured the turtle over here, and I believe he's going to pass out. And that's the end of the mission. So you see that was really easy. You see how much experience I got? 19,850 for doing that. And literally that was extremely easy. There's nothing to that. I'm basically getting the bulk of the experience from the actual roulette. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend a player. Right here you can do player recommendations. You can just recommend a player, and what happens is, you know, they'll get a notification whenever you leave that, you know, somebody recommended you. I'll talk to this guy. He'll give me some experience. He gives me 1,500 experience, 80 gil, another 64, 27 completion bonus, and 1,750 of gil. And look, we're good. We're done. I had 1, 2, 3 player commendations. So that means three of the people, basically the whole party, gave me a commendation. Now the cool thing about that is, and I know I'm jumping around left and right here, but if you go to the challenge log here, this challenge log resets I think it's every week. You actually get experience for player commendation. So if you get voted 5 times during that week, you get a reward of 21,790 gil and 21,790 experience and 1,000 gil. And that's just every week, just randomly. You do the same thing for dungeons. If you do 3 dungeons, if you complete 3 dungeons doing the daily roulette, which is what I'm about to show you right now, or you just complete 3 dungeons randomly, you get all that experience on there as well. Guildhests, the same thing that I was just doing. If you do 3 of them, if you do 3, you'll get experience. If you do 10, you'll get even more experience. So, I mean, it's pretty good to do. Same thing with fates. Fates are the random encounters that you go through the map, and there'll be battles going on, and you can take place. You can join those battles, get experience for them. It's pretty cool. I think a lot more DPS take advantage of those, since it's a lot harder to get a party than it is for a white mage. So let me go into the duty finder again. In the same token of the guild heist, daily roulette, same thing applies for the dungeons. So what's going to happen is it's going to pick a random dungeon from the list that I have here. These dungeons, so it's going to be either one of these dungeons. I don't have this one. This one's still locked since I'm level 34. So it's going to be any one of these dungeons here that are going to be picked randomly. And these are dungeons that I've unlocked through playing the story mode. When you go into a dungeon, you have the same setup. You'll have a healer, you'll have a tank, and 2 DPS. And it's going to put a bunch of people together, and you guys run through the dungeon, killing things. You get a lot of experience, and when you beat the boss at the end, you'll get a lot of experience as well. Doing the daily will give you that additional experience. It'll be quite a bit. And it just helps to do that. Also included in this low-level daily roulette is going to be any of these trials. This is Effort and Titan. So either one of these can also pop up on here. And I'm hoping they don't. Like, I don't mind the Effort fight, but I have not fought Titan in as a white mage, so I'd rather not do that just because it's might be a little tricky. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that bad. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and launch it, and right away I get a party invite. So we have a tank, we have me, and we are waiting on one more DPS, and there we go. So let's see what we're about to do here. Hopefully it's not anything crazy. Normally dungeons run a little bit long. Okay, so this Sastasha, this is the very first dungeon. So this shouldn't be too bad as long as the people know what they're doing. Like most, I've played a couple of parties where the tank has no idea what to do, and it's really annoying. Like, I just recommend that if you play a specific job, and I'm not the best at my job by any means, but if you're gonna play a job, at least know the principles of what you're supposed to be doing. It's just annoying to, you know, play with people that have no idea. Especially playing like a higher level dungeon, like a 30, 32, 35 level dungeon. Like, a lot of these people have no idea what they're doing, and it's bad. I mean, you should have a better idea of like what you're doing in here before you start doing dungeons. I mean, at least, you know, watch a video, get the principles down of what you're supposed to do in your job. Now, I'm not like I said, I'm not an expert at healing or being a white mage by any means, but you know, I've been watching a lot of videos. I watch, like, you know, Mr. Happy videos and things like that. You know, just because, you know, they're the first ones that come up. So I'm not saying, you know, the dude's the best, but you know, his videos are pretty helpful. Watch Phazon's videos; they're pretty helpful as well. You know, just kind of give me the gist of what I'm supposed to be doing. So basically, as a white mage, I should be switching to my cleric stance, and what cleric stance does as a white mage, it switches your mind for intelligence. What that means is that I'm going to be doing a lot more damage because my mind and my intelligence will be swapped, and my mind right now as a white mage is super high. It's going to allow me to be able to do way more damage. So I'll go ahead and do cleric stance real quick, and you'll see I'll do a lot more damage with my stone than I did before. But I have to heal this. I have to jump in and out of the stance, and the problem with this is I have no idea how good this tank is, and I really don't like switching in and out of it if I don't trust my tank. If I don't know how good the tank is and they're too squishy, I really don't want to be just sitting here, you know, spamming and jumping in and out of a stance if I can't trust the fact that my tank's going to stay alive. I'd rather just play it safe and just, you know, attack without the stance on. I know it's probably a super noob move, but I imagine once I get a dedicated free company and I'm used to, you know, who I'm working with, who the tank is, then I'll be able to, you know, better be able to gauge, you know, when I can and can't do that. But with these random parties, you never know. Like literally some of these I'm like cure bombing tanks because their gear is so bad and they take so much damage. I don't know if they're not using their the correct moves they're supposed to be using. Like I guess they have certain moves that, you know, negate some damage, but it's just sometimes it's really bad. Sometimes I find myself having to cure ridiculously way more than I'd have to do on certain other characters. And I'm thinking it's gear. It's probably gear and just the fact that, you know, some of these folks might not know how to play the job exactly, but I mean it's cool. I mean I didn't know when I started, but I mean it's just you have to play it. I mean there's plenty of videos on YouTube for you to be able to watch, you know, how to play a tank, how to play a DPS, you know, how to play any job. Any job. I mean there's a rhythm and a skill to each job, and it's not rocket science at all. You just have to know what you're supposed to be doing. So, I mean, it's not really an excuse for anybody to not. Tank's kind of out there. There's not really an excuse. Damn, these things don't want to die. Okay, yeah. Anyways, not an excuse to not know how to do your job. You know, I understand. You know, I've let tanks die before, and it's been my fault. Things like that happen, but you know, not knowing how to do your primary function of your job and just costing everybody a lot of headache and time is kind of annoying. You know, you're gonna learn, but you know, mistakes happen. It's definitely okay, but you should be a little better with knowing the principles of your job. Like we fought on that. I forget what it's called. Let's see. The Bray Flops, Long Stops, whatever it's called. Well, there's a dragon in that dungeon. And the dragon is particularly difficult because you have to you have to avoid his attack. So basically, you have to you walk side to side with the tank, which isn't super difficult. I've never played a tank, but I would imagine it's not particularly difficult. But the tank we had when I first did the dungeon could not hold hate for anything. So everybody was pulling hate from him. He couldn't get anyone to follow him. You have to get the dragon to follow you because he'll spit venom on the ground, and the venom on the ground will restore his hit points. So as a tank, you have to get hate and you have to pull him away. You have to make him follow you away from the venom so he won't keep healing himself. Well, the tank we had, the dude was not very good. He was, he ended up not even getting hate. He was not doing, I guess there's a certain combo you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to rinse and repeat that same combo to build hate. And, you know, he was level 35 or more, 34 the guy was. Shh, my tank's about to die. Yeah, I'm sitting here talking all this noise about people can't do their job, and I'm about to let my tank die. That was so close. Okay, so, anyways, I was saying, There's certain combo you're supposed to be performing to make sure that you keep hate, and the guy had no idea what the combo was, and he was not keeping hate for anything. Like, hate was jumping back and forth. He couldn't drag the dragon where we needed him to go, and it was just really annoying. And the sad part was that, you know, the people in our group, you know, one of them was a tank, was a level 50 tank, and he was like trying to help the guy, just trying to tell him, hey, you know, do this combo, this is what you need to be doing. And he was cool about it. You know, we were all frustrated, but we're not really being dicks about it. We're telling him, hey, just do this combo, you know, and it'll help you out. You do this combo, you'll be able to hold hate. You're supposed to do 3 moves. The guy still didn't do it. I mean, like, he ended up just leaving, and we had to find another tank, and the tank that we found was excellent. I mean, the dude killed it, and you know, we had no problems whatsoever. I just kept him alive, and he pretty much, you know, kept us going, and he kept pulling where he needed to pull, and yeah, that was that. But anyways, if you end up playing Final Fantasy 14, learn your job. It's not that hard. There's plenty of tutorial videos out there. I'd like to make some. I don't think I'm very good yet, and I'm not that much of an expert to say that, but I mean, I have a little bit of know-how so far. I don't have the best way to play it, and I haven't played any end games, so I have no idea how you're supposed to play this outside of just doing these low-level dungeons. So I don't think I'm very qualified to be able to give great advice on how you should be doing a job. Well, you shouldn't be doing that. Right there, I just healed way too much. You should never overheal. You should just heal whenever your tank needs it. It's a waste of MP. But at these low levels, honestly, it's not even that bad because MP doesn't really... You don't really run out of MP very much. Unless you're literally spamming cures left and right. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Like, being a healer is not too fun. I mean, I understand why people don't want to play a healer, but I've always wanted to play a healer. I played Final Fantasy XI, and I played that for years and years and years. And I always wanted to play a white mage, and I had a Gelka character, which if anybody played that, they understand that race had the lowest MP pool. So I always like to, you know, play a healing job. I did level my white mage, I think to like 45, somewhere in that vicinity, because the levels ended up capping at 99, so I needed to get to a higher level, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun playing a Gelka because it's fun being at a disadvantage and having to, you know, manage your mana pool better. It's just more of a challenge. I don't know. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but yeah, this is the very first dungeon. You unlock this on the main quest whenever you hit level 15. You have to hit this dungeon up, and that's when you get to unlock the duty finder. So you don't have duty finder until you reach this part of the main story quest. Once you do, then you know a lot of stuff starts unlocking, and then you get additional. Not all of these dungeons are related to the story. I think I have one on here that's an optional dungeon, but I mean it's good to have them because I mean it's just more things, more random dungeons that you can have in your roulette. You just want to do straight roulette. But my only problem with the roulette is that if you do some of these dungeons, not the dungeons, damn, what do you call them? The Ifrit and Titan, the trials. If you do any of those trials, you'll get experience whenever you do the roulette, but if you finish the roulette, you won't get any more experience. Like, you'll just get like 1 kill experience on it. And it would be nice if they actually gave you more of an incentive to do these fights for low levels that might need to complete them for story missions. Like, it's nice that they're in the roulette, but I mean, a lot of people spam some of these earlier fights or these earlier like Sastasha because it's way easier. There's not really much going on, but like the one I was telling you about, that level 32 dungeon, where things start getting a little bit more complicated. You can't just spam out the bosses. You have to take a little bit of know-how to get the dungeon accomplished. That's when, I mean, the people that I've teamed up with on there, they said they've had to wait like over an hour in a queue just to get that dungeon completed. And it's crazy because, oh shit. So, okay, so you need to get in the line of sight. If you want to make sure you cure your tank, you got to make sure that you can see him on the screen, or else it'll give you a message telling you you can't cure. Anyways, there's a lot to this game, but honestly, compared to Final Fantasy XI, the way it works, the interface, and just the way the game holds your hand, excuse me, it does it really well. Final Fantasy XI was super vague, and you really had to have you had to use online sites. If you wanted to figure out how to do certain missions, the game wouldn't tell you. Like, it'll tell you to go to somewhere, but you'll not know where to go. The maps don't tell you. It's extremely archaic. I mean, the game was older. It was back in early 2000s when it came out. So, I mean, that's probably part of the reason it was like that. And it also had experience penalties whenever you died and things like that. I mean, this game's way more advanced in reference to just user friendliness. So, you know, you don't really need, like, I could go into all the detail about the crossbar and the bottom and all this. And all this is customizable. Like, I've moved my HUD around, and this is for console as well, not just PC. So, I mean, I love the fact that you're able to customize this as much as you want. You know, you can increase the size of your text, you can decrease it, you can make it bigger, smaller, you can change the window sizes. There's just so much you can do in this game compared to you know, older MMOs like Final Fantasy XI. I compare it to Final Fantasy XI because that's the only other MMO I've ever played. I never played WoW or any of these other ones. I just played straight Final Fantasy on console. I actually played it on PC at first. I played this game on PC at first, but that was back when it was the original Final Fantasy XIV for the Realm Reborn, and that was horrible. It was trash. It was like $70 for like a collection edition of that game, and it was horrible. Very bad. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this game though so far. Even as a healer, it's still fun. I didn't mean to do that. You automatically put your weapon up, but you see my icons actually change when I take my weapon out. You can set up in the menu to do that, so you have a different menu when you have your weapon sheathed. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oops. I attacked before the take, so that's a big no-no. I don't mind playing on control. The only thing, oh my god. Cure. There we go. Alright. Not too shabby. This is, so each dungeon has, like you see on the right, you're going to see a list of objectives. So you have activate Coral Trigger, open the hidden door, discover the pirate captain, obtain the Wave Rider key, then defeat the Den of the Optooth, whatever. That's Shahagan boss. Anyways, my whole point is that it's outlined how long the dungeon is. You get like 90 minutes to do it. No dungeon really takes that. Encounter takes 90 minutes at all. I mean, I've taken like 40 minutes, before when we've had a really bad time, where we had to wait for another tank and things like that. But I mean, normally you'll run through a dungeon less than 30 minutes, easy. It just gives you that time to make sure that you have enough time to, you know, you guys mess up, you still have an opportunity to be able to finish it, which is really nice considering doing things like, God, I can't remember any of the names of any of the things I used to do in Final Fantasy, but I used to do this thing where you would be timed and you have, it's 100 floors, and I wish I could remember the name of this. I used to do it all the time. Anyways, it's just annoying running out of time, and everything in Final Fantasy takes so much. Final Fantasy 11 takes so much time. If you died, you know, it was 5 minutes for you to lose your weakness, and also if you run out of magic. I mean, there wasn't really many ways to be efficient with MP, so when you're sitting there literally taking a knee and having to hold up the party if you need to rest for magic. It's just like this right now, like MP regens normally. There's different things you can do to get additional MP regen. It's just so much better. It's a newer MMO. It's just more user friendly, which I 100% enjoy. And I'm about to get hit. Oh, there he goes. The tank's got me. Yeah, but I mean, I like it. I like this game, and I feel like I keep saying the same shit over and over again. But you know, ultimately, it's a fun game. I'm looking forward to getting to level 50, to learning what the game is really about. Because anybody who's played MMO before understands that end game is really when the game starts. All this other stuff. I mean, the story's pretty cool from what I played. I mean, there's a lot of dialogue. You know, it's normal Final Fantasy fare. You know, world's blown up, blah blah blah, evil, bad guys, you know, same song and dance on all the other Final Fantasies. You know, if you played Final Fantasy before, there's nothing new here in reference to story. So, I mean, it is pretty cool though. The character customization is really good compared to older Final Fantasy 11, where you only had like 6 different faces and everybody looked exactly the same. You can play all the different races. You can play like Final Fantasy, the Catmen or the Catwomen were Mithras, and here they're Mosquits. We have Mosquit males here, and then you have the Gelka Rogaidens, they're called now, and you have a female version, which is what I'm actually playing as right now. You see, I mean, she has the look in her face, and she looks pretty cool. My character in Final Fantasy 11 was a Gelka male. Well, that's all you can pay for Gelka. Oh, I think I just gained a level. Hell yeah, I'm level 35 now. Alright, let's roll. So we actually ran through this pretty quick, like 20 minutes. Alright, we ready to do this? Let's go. Alright, so this guy's the boss. You'll see there's 4 different sections of the map. And what happens is there's going to be bubbles that are going to come out of there. You'll see it. It'll say it on the screen. That there's going to be bubbles forming, and you just have to run over to the place where the bubbles are coming out of. You just interact with it, and it'll stop enemies from spawning. Somebody trying to kill me? Really? Come on, come on, come on. So I'm trying to heal and do this at the same time. So I want to make sure nobody dies. It's not really that difficult. I just have to spam my fears. Even then, I don't really have to do that much. But I'm so used to doing this already. Whoa! my cure potency is so good that I don't really have to worry about spamming the cure too much. Alright, that dude down. Alright. Really? Yeah, this guy's going down so easy. This is not even a challenge. Alright, somebody just did a limit break. And that's what that was. So there we go. So I got 100. So I'm gonna GG these guys and alright, so I got 32,300 experience points, 1,400 gil, 294 storm seals, and that's on top of all the stuff I... Man, everybody just took off already. So everybody just already left, so we just disbanded the party, just like that. We got together just to complete this, and we're done. So let's take a look here real quick. I got... okay, so 132,300 conjured points. That's just the bonus for doing the roulette. Basically, you know, you see all these gain 731 experience points. Like each time we were killing people, I mean, we got quite a bit of experience for a low-level dungeon. On top of that, you know, for killing the boss, you see we gain like 6,664 experience points. I mean, you get quite a bit for doing these roulettes. So, I mean, that's basically what I wanted to cover in this video. Is just how that works. And, you know, hopefully that was informative to people who might not be aware how the duty finder works and how the daily roulette works. And that's pretty much it. So right now I'm level 35, almost to level 36. I'm like halfway to 36 already from doing that. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful at all, you know, I hope to bring some more informational videos here in the future to kind of, you know, help out. I know the Final Fantasy 14 community is pretty big, so I know there's a lot of videos out there, people having instructional videos on how to do certain battles, but you know, there's no reason there can't be any more of those. So that's what I hope to accomplish here pretty soon. So if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and I'll try to bring you more as soon as possible. Alright, this is Iwi Gamer signing off. Until next time.